Hello, my name is Pang. You watch these videos. You probably find me on Backlogged or Blue Sky or whatever. Or, follows yet and are into the Beach Gin videos. So I'm recording this just as a visual aid to assist with if you're hopefully by this point you're also reading a guide that I'm putting together on how to get Crazy License in Crazy Taxi without too much pain, without memorizing the sheets and sheets of customer data that make like high level play for this game really invaluable. So I think this is probably I'm gonna put it up before I actually put the guide out. I've been fried today because obviously it's a holiday in America, so I just wanted to. This also helped me freshen up because I hadn't played this game in a couple months. Um, so the gist of this guide is trying to get over the crazy license threshold, the crazy license rank. This is basically the highest rank you can achieve in the game. It's not actually that high or that like unachievable. With maybe I would guess the average person can get to it within 15 hours of play, especially with assistance. Without assistance, like if you're doing this blind, it would be like a much more difficult feat just because the customer data is so like opaque, right? And it's very easy to get turned around a lot, and getting turned around wastes a lot of time in this game. Um, so you'll see what I mean more when I hop into the video. I'm not going to explain too much about like the essential concepts of Crazy Taxi. I assume you understand how to play it. You'll presumably see me play it as you're watching me do this video. Also expect my tech to be very rusty because I played a little bit yesterday, just double checking a few things. I still got some of my chops. It's not terrible. And my record on this difficulty setting, as you can see here, like the default difficulty setting is in the mid 60K. And I back when I was playing this regularly, I hit that a couple times. Like I was hitting that for like a week straight before I put it down to focus on some other games. I'll just explain this up front. This is the default setting right here, 54.4. If you've seen this in my other videos, that's the term that's used because obviously that's the four or sorry the three measurements. You'll see a lot of score runners will do this number right here, 71.8. So the reason for this is because high traffic gives you a lot of crazy throughs, which up your combo potential, and then very easy time. Some of them do runs to like who can be the first to max out the timer. I can't play that well. I can maybe on this difficulty maybe get the timer up to like I don't know mid to high 300s. And on default you're not going to see it go past maybe 160 170 raw. Something I don't explain in the guide, but I will explain here. When I mention raw time at any point, which I probably will later if rambling, uh, that refers to how many seconds are on the timer when you don't have a customer. If you're familiar with the game, you should know that gain time whenever you pick up a customer, and then once you drop them off, you gain like extra time depending on how much, how long it took you to get to the destination. Whenever you like drop a customer and get the bonus, I usually consider that my raw time. So when I'm tracking my performance over the course of a run, I'm looking at that as like what's my metric for how I'm doing. If I'm plus, that means that my raw time between customers is going up. If I'm negative, that means it's coming down. Um, you generally want to be plus like I had to check my last run, but I think I was plus for like plus ish for maybe 10 loops. Like you want to be like incrementing. It's not. No, there's always mistakes. This game is way too volatile, not having mistakes, but. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, also playing my Switch controller, and I keep pressing A on Japanese controls in my brain right now. All right, this start is like I fuck this up all the time. You probably will also fuck it up a lot. I did a very slow one, and also got the runaway. Not great, but all right. I was actually playing BD Joe some yesterday just for kicks. Oh, Okay, I'll take that. 55 is sort of like around what you want to be getting. Usually I take the light green on the left that you didn't really see off in the distance. You can watch that in my other runs. I'll just do... This is probably a more typical path. You're newer. You sort of want to be getting as many... Ooh. Oh, okay. You can see there I hit the back end against the wall. That instantly ended my my drift there. If you hit the front end of that wall, it's a very easy way to rack up some wall stick, rack up a lot of free drift points. It's also been lagging like crazy since I started playing this on my 1440p display. I don't really know why that is. It's fine. This is not... I'm not playing this for like a record or anything. But all right, so you can see I've just sort of taken like whatever comes first. I'm gonna grab this orange right here to get the Levi's. Avoid the yellows in this area per the guide. I sort of wrote the guide assuming you're gonna like... Oh my god, this frame rate's fucking off. Sort of assuming that you're gonna be going to like avoiding the church, avoiding the heliport, and then at the end of the game avoiding Lookout Tower and the bus station, which are... Alright, so you'll notice right there I pulled into like the front left edge of Levi's, and the reason for that is so I could double check that that particular green customer is there. There's two green customers side by side there. They're both very good options to take at Levi's. They're sort of the only two unless you want to drive forward, which is not always a terrible option. But you generally want to skip these areas until you memorize the customers, that's like very much like advanced level play. You don't want to be working right now. All right, so 76, not terrible. I think I had to... Oh, I totally missed where this particular customer was. There's three in like a little like triangle right there. What I usually would do if I was not as rusty is attempt to basically park in such a way that you can back out right into one of those green customers. There's also a light green that spawns in that drop zone. If she pops up as light green, you sort of want to take her first. Having that yellow in the drop zone can be very annoying, and I'm already forgetting my destination. You'll notice I took the left there to get to Skybank easily. And now I'm going to deviate from my usual route, because usually I start taking... Usually here I'd start going to bus terminal, Lookout Tower, and over and over again. But it's because I have those destinations memorized like front to back. Like I don't got to think about that. Not Lookout Tower. Lookout Tower I fuck up all the time still. But I'm going to go ahead and... So you'll want to take yellows in the downtown 1 area. We're now in downtown 2. That was bad. Back up. Per my guide, you're going to want to start going to the center here. Let me actually loop back around this way. There's probably a little here. Yep, and there's a light green right here. This guy always takes you to fire station. I want to say he is absent 1/3 of the time. So, if you read the guide, you know that there's 3 different potential destination sets per customer. And it's global, so it rotates every 10 seconds. I don't track it at all, like while I'm playing. Above my pay grade. I think it's basically above everyone's pay grade. Like, there's not enough good players where they're actually like competing for that kind of thing. Not the greatest parking job, but I will snag this guy relatively quickly. University. And bam, you'll notice it was like, oh my fucking god. Like, he actually... I've never seen these areas. Like, yeah, you can, get relatively competent at Crazy Taxi and not get to this end part very often. That was a funny wall stop. And now I'm... Oh my fucking god. But I'm still going to end it with over 100 seconds on the timer. Not awful, right? So this is the end of my first loop. So once you start playing more often, I generally track in terms of loops. I generally want to look at how many loops I'm making, and like what my raw is at the end. In that case, it was 100 something. Oh, that was bad. Oh yeah, right. You just feel it once the processing required for this game, especially not the frame rate right now is killing me a little bit. I know everyone who's a friend of mine is gonna be like, oh ha ha ha, what happened to the you love low frame rates bit? Well, I am playing this shit right now. I'm not playing awfully, so I have a little bit of credence to that. I can tolerate it. I was playing something recently. Oh, I was like conjuring in my head recently. Like I need to do like a pro low frame rate anti slowdown bit because I was playing Super Ghouls and Ghosts on Super Nintendo. It was fucking killing me, dude. It was painful. Slowdown in that game is miserable. All right, so I got the Popcorn Mania thing right here. I'm gonna go ahead and do. Oh, could have been worse. Ooh. All right, so you want to ease into this. My friend Ryan is very good at doing this fast, but falling off that awning is very easy there, and you want to get that customer like every single run you ever do. That customer, as you can see, I'm scratching my face right now, so I'm not fucking driving. Oh, okay, we're good. So she gave me nearly $1,000 like off rip, like with before combo. Which that is exactly what we want to see. We'll have well over $1,000, maybe not well over $1,000. Especially not if I keep collecting I think other cars, but you'll want her like as oh my god. I just keep scratching my face. That's part of the issue here. Alright, so if you rack up like a more combo there, especially if you're like weaving between cars instead of just wall sticking, want to do, then you can easily get. Now, if you watch like the real nice record runs of this, they will juice that for all it's worth. They will generally get maybe. Why did I go this way? Oh, actually, no. Yeah, this was the right way to go. You sort of want like that. This path I just took. Going straight into that turn right there is generally preferred. Oh, I had the oh, again. God damn it. It's generally preferred. Just you want to be taking these turns or like choosing your turns in order to minimize turns, if that makes sense. Oh, they're both like green. Okay, that is very rare. You could see right there. That's an example. You'd have to look at the spreadsheet. That's an example of the, like, we just saw the timer roll over between two destination pools. Usually, there's always one yellow, one light green in that particular area, right there. It's very possible that happen. That's part of why it's, like, very hard to track, because it can roll over between customer spawns, which is obnoxious. Because sometimes there's, like, messed up, like, important tells for me, which is a huge error. You're gonna see I'm gonna buffer in that. Like reverse, bam. Oh my! Oh, okay, we're gonna live. You're gonna have to get used to this shit. You're gonna fuck so many things up practicing this game. It's just too chaotic. I'm shocked that the orange does pull, so it does make sense. All right. So luckily, because I know what's up in this area, I'm going to grab this orange right here. Whenever you go to tennis court, you want to grab orange. Except at like very high levels where you want to start grabbing light greens in this area, just to like at the level I play at, especially for especially when you like score runs on like the score like easy difficulty. I will not pick up anyone tennis court. I will often go for it to grab those customers we just skip by. In which case, grabbing light greens to go backwards and futz around a little bit and then come back is actually a pretty good strategy. Especially for the ones that never go forward. There's a couple customers that never go forward. But if you sort of logically deduce like what's at tennis court, you can sort of figure like, well, okay, orange and backwards direction is fire station, which is always good. Fire station is like a godlike location. You can always, get something good at fire station, either on the slopes or with the many, many light greens that are like right next to it. There are light greens near fire station that are bad. I'm definitely going to put like a little diagram in the guide that's going to show like, okay, here's exactly oh, that was sick except for that crash at the end. We'll take that. I think I'm going to take there's two customers up here I think are pretty reasonable to take. One of them is okay, this one's going to KFC I think, or Tower, I can't remember. That one always goes to the church. You can see I'm just gonna drive slowly. Okay, you see how that's like a priest right there? That, for whatever reason, the one guaranteed customer model in the game to help you with memorization is that the priest always goes to church, no matter what. Now they're also usually like almost always yellow. Anyway, I'm gonna take a look around here. That guy is orange. I don't want him. Usually he's like green. If he's orange, this guy's generally like green, and he will take me to baseball stadium. This is also useful because church is right to your left. If you do get stuck at church, you can sort of get one bailout before you have to start guessing, or obviously start memorizing the church. Oh my fucking god! Church destinations. You'll notice that, see, this guy has a baseball like fan model. Nope, he's not consistent. So don't like get that in your head. That's not what you want to do. So none of the greens spawn on the way in, I don't think. It's probably because we ended up on the same destination pool as the last time we showed up to baseball stadium, which means that which means that whatever customer we grabbed last time, if it was meant to spawn in the destination set, well, he's already taken, so he's not going to show up again. So luckily there's so many light greens in baseball stadium. You're not ever gonna have issues. I mean, I have issues finding customers there, but it's because I do like 15 loops, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna go ahead and take this red right here. See what's up in. Yeah. Yeah. Borders Paradise is like sneaky bad in this game. And the reason for that is to get a good oh shit, take that. Whatever. I don't see it good. Right. I really don't want to start improvising using y'all. Oh no, this is like green. Fuck. Never do this. Never. Now I have time to play with. I'm not taking this seriously, but you should generally avoid looking for a customer for more than like maybe like 3 or 4 seconds. And you should, you should have a customer in mind, like if you start pulling stunts like that. Like you really don't want to like make that a habit. Alright. Let's try, if you hit the back wall against one of those 2 beams on that sign, I didn't do a good job of it. Ooh. Alright, so now I'm going to take the tennis court guy again. You will have to memorize a little bit tennis court, because this guy is, you know, a godlike pick. You may be wondering, I would never take him that early. I just don't want to. There are a bunch of different ways to get to. Those yellows that you saw at the very exit of the area will take you to fire station, but that is one of the hardest tells in the game because one of the customers that you would use for the tell is obscured, which is not a good thing. And that I would consider that very advanced. I still fuck it up all the time. I don't know if I could get it right now. I think that's what counterclockwise. From the hole, so both yellows were there when we pulled up, so I'd take the one to the left, I think. Oh, get it. There you go. Yeah, that orange I just took is also guaranteed to university when yellow. Right. Oh my god. If you watch like world record runs of this game, they have like absurd fuck ups, and they grit their teeth and move fast. It's insane. Their tenacity is nuts. I've already forgotten what loop I'm I never look at this shit until I have to go in post and just like mark down all the times. At some point I'd like to come up with that could have been cool. I had control through there. I'd like to come up with a spreadsheet that would tell like basically like what customers you take and like what your time differential was on each. You also know something Seaside Market a lot. A lot of people are more prone to taking, like, some people like to take the, oh my god. Get this place over and over again. So this is something, like, again, to hit 20k, not a big deal. For me, is like, I hate, running the same areas over and over again is a great way to run out of customers. You really don't want to do that regularly. Actually, that red right there, I'm pretty sure goes back to, like, all the time. That's like a bailout backwards customer. The extent to which they understood what they were creating with all this shit sort of it's hard for me to tell. Like having customers that are very obviously like bailout, like, oh, I don't have, here's a guaranteed choice, but it might be worse or it might be like slower, etc. Oh fuck yeah, you see shit like this just not usually that bad. That I don't think I've ever ended up in that little crevice right there. All right. He's yellow right now. I'm gonna take the guy going. See, part of the issue is I've already looked on the left side once. I probably should look again. Sometimes with these loops, like I'll end up in the same place on the same destination pools over the course of a couple loops until I finally like. Oh, am I calling it destination pools? I think I changed the sets in the guide because pools sort of implies the wrong. Whatever. Where was I? Oh yeah, sometimes just you'll get sort of stuck in the same. Oh yeah, a little bit of that. Same destination set over multiple different runs or multiple different loops, which can sort of suck because it's like you don't really want to pull from the same group of customers every time you end up going to a place. And so sometimes in that case it can be annoying because oh my god. I need to figure out what's going on with this display. I got this like 1440p OLED. My girlfriend got it on Facebook Marketplace, and then she had another one she wanted to use, so she gave it this one. I don't know why it's playing so nasty. This board is bad. This board sucks dick. It is nice to have an. Oh, I got Board is Paradise again. I'll do this time. Yeah, so I hadn't played this a lot since I switched over. I would never usually take this guy orange. He has a light green variant, which is my preferred. But right, I think light green takes him to. That's probably a bust. I don't remember. It's not a bus station to look at terminal. You want to usually grab all the light greens in the area, but not if you're like newer. That person's not here. Okay, there's light green. Usually one of these guys is available. You'll notice that as I'm rambling, even with my absurdly dogshit play, I'm actually at 15k. So, and I think this is maybe loop 3, 4. What I do? Oh no, this is loop 4 because I hit tennis court twice. Sometimes I take tennis court backwards, like on purpose. Oh, can I see behind me? Okay, there's a. I think that's the bad. Oh no, I already took the bad guy. Right? This guy will take me forward. Yeah. Yeah, I usually that one I took earlier tennis. Oh my. Hopefully I didn't leave. No, I've set it to 54. I can check on the report. Why is traffic so crazy? It's like I think it's just. Man, yeah, like that was a bad traffic spawn right there. Traffic's weird in this game. It does more or less spawn, not deterministically, obviously, it's random, but it's like in the same place. Like when you hit a spawn point for traffic, it'll sort of like, you'll notice it spawns in the same point every time. It's not that hard to like guess around. Notice I'm actually going to the cable car bottom for once. Hopefully we'll get a different path through instead of the same old, same old. I still have a green at Levi's I need to take advantage of. Ooh, oh, there we go. Yeah, this is what you want to get right there. Like that easily turns to 756. Oh yes, that is what we want. This guy's sometimes light green. I'm just gonna take F tier because there's actually guys. So something that a lot of like new-ish players don't know, even if they played for a while, is that that slopes area right there actually has like side parts to it. And the nice part of that is that there's a bunch of dark greens and light greens in that area, including if you back up, then you can snag some of those. I don't usually grab those except for at the very end of score run. Sometimes I will go back and start snagging. What do I got over here? Okay, I'll grab this orange. When you play, when you're in more like advanced play, some of those, I think that orange, and then one of the others on the other side. Ooh, oh, that was smooth, except for that. There's also I can't talk in the wrong. I end up jinxing it over. Okay, this light green, thank God, is here. I was getting bad rolls these last couple times. So yeah, loop 5, we're already like clinched more or less 20k. We're not gonna have any issues getting 20k. And you'll notice that there's like plenty of options in this first half still left. You could get 7 loops on just the route I'm giving you pretty easily. I haven't done a good job of oh, okay, we saved it. I haven't done a particularly good. Oh, wow, see that was. Oh, but this guy is. I've done a particularly good job of like doing the play-by-play, but it is basically like you can sort of just make sure you skip church teleport by taking greens and light greens and Levi's KFC area. Make sure you take Granny at some point. That's like all you have to memorize for the first half. It's pretty easy. There's a couple other things that you'll sort of learn with time. Don't take the green customers on the island at RB Station unless you know what you're doing. But even then, it's like you get a 50% chance of rolling the correct one if you do, you know, like it's not like end of the world. And taking a green back is also not the end of the world. Please don't give me more paradise. Oh my fucking god! I hate this fucking. This is why I dropped this shit. Oh my god, yeah. Imagine this happening to you, except you have like 10 seconds left in the run. Oh. Oh my god, bad. Just doing it. I mean, yeah. This guy is orange. Yeah. And part of this is not usually the routes I take. I hit police station like a bunch. Police station is like really. Police station backwards is awful. Like that's part of the reason. Like there's certain really good strats. Like later on, I would preferably avoid if I were you. I don't remember where that light green goes. I'm a little worried it's not forward. I wonder if that light green's like a secret, like sneaky good forward pick. In which case I need to memorize it. Alright, I think we might have run out of here except guy who's not here right now. Where did I leave? I don't know. I'm gonna start doing my own strats. I already hit 20k. Oh, they didn't. Both of them didn't spawn. What the fuck? Okay, again, we had some. Spawning them correctly is very annoying. This time I got lucky, so I guess the whole. Ooh, I'm nice. Oh, that's scary as fuck. Don't make that jump. There's so many times I've made that junk and it's like irreversibly fucked up my run. Don't do that. Ooh. Don't do that either. A lot of these jumps are like a lot of the ramps are really bad. Alright, I'm gonna show y'all. Let me look at this guy real quick. Alright. Alright, too small, not taken. See, look, she's going to Crown Arena. I stopped too early. If that radius, and you could like go back and like look. There was like no, that light green was not there earlier. If you go back and look at like when I pick her up, that light green like did not extend out to the end of like the parking lane line, right? And so you'll notice that when that's the case, she's always going to Crown Arena. That's the first time I got in Crown Arena the whole time. I don't know why I got. I don't have like all these. I obviously do not have all these customers memorized. That would just be good too for any sane human. Did I really already take all 3 of these? Maybe I did. Okay, let me start taking some fun ones. Okay, not that guy. I think. Is it this one yellow? If no, but it takes back. I think it's the left one yellow there will take you back if they're both yellow, or take you forward if they're both yellow. And I think yellow there is Lookout Tower. And the nice thing again, Clock Towers here is I can show y'all probably the most like insidious fire station guy, which is this guy off the ramp. If I don't fuck this up. Let me show you all this. Okay, so just drive normally, bam. Okay. Oh man, okay. Those radius can be really like strange. Luckily in that case, it gave me a good way to sort of hop off, right, back it up. But it will not always do that. Not very strange. This game in general is very strange. It is filled with bizarre design decisions. Anyway, that guy is one I would consider. Oh my god, that line of traffic was absurd. He's one of the 4 I would consider like the secret customers in the game. So Granny, I grabbed earlier, was one of them. The tennis court guy, sort of in that little, oh my god, area in that little area in the downtown 2 is also there. And then there's the underwater lady who's always green at KFC. Okay. This light green right here, always good. These light greens at the bottom of the hill, always good. To University. There's actually a bunch of dark greens here that'll take you to Fresh Tree Street or Sale Street, but I don't... Especially right now, like after months of not playing this regularly, I really don't have it all memorized. Oh my god. That's part of the scary thing about doing these big drifts is that very easy to accidentally fuck it up somehow because there's a big car that you haven't seen yet. If I had got this in an actual run, I would be so angry at myself. Like, I've been playing a lot of Tap, Tetris, the Absolute, the Grandmaster 2 Plus, and that I've been thinking about the just despair while playing like grinding arcade games. There's this old TGM diary that I was oh my god. This is what I get for talking while I do this. This old diary of like someone playing TGM and they talk about like their grind, and it's just so much like complete garbage. I hate myself. I'm so bad at this game. I don't know how to play video games. Yada yada yada, etc. And it's like, oh my god, that is the mind state that game puts you in, though. Like probably more than this one. This one is like it makes you mad because it's so like. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. I hate saying this. It's unfair. This game can be very, very unfair. What makes this game great is that you can mitigate almost all of it just by keeping your chin up. It's like, imagine you also have these struggles that I'm having right now playing this shit. Did I take RB Station guy in the back? Maybe I did. Oh no, I think I looked for this guy who... Fuck. Now I'm having to do my other strat. Oh, which one? Oh, this yellow is good to... These yellows across from church are always good to baseball stadium. If you can get them yellow. That's not a guarantee. The ones like right across from church are like... Those are a pain. Oh my god, yeah, just... A lot of playing this game at like a really high level is like learning how to, like, it is insane micro on like traffic dodging. It's like to an absurd degree. Because you can see like, you know, I was up all morning. I haven't played this game in ages. My game is running like shit right now. Dropping frames constantly. My tech is all bad. And it's just like so much time loss. You have to be so clean in order to maximize. And if you look, and like, I mean, you can look all over my channel. I have so many, much time. And those also have constant flubs too. It's just, it happens all the time. It's just unavoidable, unfortunately. This is how this game goes. It's brutal. That whole, if you read the post-CAG manifesto I wrote, which, yeah, some people didn't understand, it was like tongue-in-cheek. Just look out? No, Buster. Okay. Definitely like this discussing self-adversarial gameplay is something that I was thinking of in the light of playing. Originally, this game was just like constantly heartbreaking. It's like, oh my god, I still think I suck at this game. Like I feel, ooh, yeah, don't do that shit. That worked out very well for me. Don't ever do that shit. Don't ever just sit next to us. Okay, you're gonna watch something. I'm gonna take this orange on the right, and he's gonna take me to a fire station. Yeah. All right. That is what I call a triad. There are many triads in this game where they set up 3 customers all together. Where they're in a some sort of triangle. Not always. One of them is the odd man out, and then one of the other 2 goes forward, the other goes backward. In that case, the odd man out was yellow, and clockwise from yellow, the orange clockwise from yellow will always take you to fire station. I wish I was looking for the clip, and I was like, I don't want to look at this. There is a clip where that actually I do that and it did not work. Oh my god, it did not work out. That drift was very delayed. It did not work out, and I was heartbroken. But like for that particular triad right there, like I pulled the orange that was clockwise, and it did not work. But what's nice about that is that for every triad in the game, if you sort of memorize that like style, oh my god, you can sort of like, okay, here's the odd man out, here's the, is it clockwise or counterclockwise? And if you remember that, you're good to go. In fact, the ones in the, well, no, okay, so the ones in the, oh, fuck, I didn't look at, oh, they're both red here? Fire station? Yeah, okay. I'm not even gonna bother explaining Lookout Tower, it's too fucking complicated. It's basically those two at the start are some combination of like green and yellow, and depending on that, you can tell which reds go where, and, oh, fuck, I should go. Take you. I think you're bad, aren't you? Nope, okay, you're good. There's some, I think that light green is actually, I think any light green in this area is good, except for the one I took earlier, Crown Arena. And that's good like half the time. Oh my god, I'm only at 26, good god. Embarrassing. I'm trying to think of anything else I'm trying to, like, want to show. I might see if I can slip down to the KFC customer, or drive underwater. I am glad I showed this off, because if you haven't seen these, alright, watch the arrow coming up. It dipped. You can sort of see it for a second. It was trying to bend left, and then it went straight, and then it went back left again. You gotta watch for that little dip. I think it's gonna skip. Take me straight to Phila, unfortunately. There are Pizza Hut light greens somewhere down here. But I don't wanna, yeah, that light green. But I wanted to go underwater in the section to the right and show off the KFC customer, but alas, I doubt I will, considering how bad this run is going. Anyway, I've lost so many trains. This is like, there's also why you shouldn't talk on the cell phone while driving, because it's not the hand part of it that's bad, it's the, it's the talking, it's the loss of, like, even though, like, the motor skills are obviously different, than the, like, the aphasic skills? I don't know what you call those. The ones you use for, like, speaking, right? It's still not a, like, there's some overlap there that will cause you to, like, have issues. Just... I'm gonna cut this video early, but you should sort of see just from the play, like that's sort of what the route should look like, right? Up until the end where I started doing my other shit. That's more or less what you want to be doing. Once I post this, I'll also post the the guide in the description. You should sort of follow that, and you can look to this and sort of listen along, see what the rough decision-making process is, see the sort of the other, like, little bits of tech I throw in. If you watch my older videos, some of the, like, the ones past, like, 45k or so are not going to resemble this route much at all. But it should be more or less, like, along the same lines in terms of some of these choices. The big thing you can see here, though, is that you can easily get 5 laps off of, like, the stuff available and, you know, get up to 20k. The last bit might be a little difficult if you start flailing in downtown 2 and can't get over to Fire Station, but there's options. You saw here one those yellows at the mouth of the exit, right? No, you have other options to get over there. You can improvise a bit. You can also start going backwards. If you end up in downtown 1 again and don't know how to get out, just start going, take all the greens you can see, go across the highway, you know, just run it, you know. You should be able to get to 20k pretty easily with that. Past that, you're going to need to start actually memorizing customers, learning church, learning heliport, learning bus station. I think I skipped Lookout Tower a lot until I hit like 50k. Lookout Tower is absurdly like punitive, and even in like my very good runs, I mess it up all the time. It's just how it goes. So anyway, hopefully this sort of informal run helps you. It helped me because it reminded me some of the little details of this game I was forgetting about when I was writing my guide. All right, and I will catch y'all later.